ISL reminds me a lot of our college teams, where they are a tight group that are supportive of each other. In the traditional Olympics or World Championships, where you really only look at first, second, and third, this idea of the team means that if you can get sixth instead of seventh, or fourth instead of fifth, then you're bringing those valuable points to the team. You can see by the end of the meet how the energy of the team has grown, and it's nice to really see them rooting for each other. I started in July of last year with this idea of creating a partnership with international swimmers that would give them a voice on issues of representation, social issues, economic issues. In other words, an association of athletes that's typical in all other professional sports. So we're now a year and a half in recruiting members, and I'm one member shy of 90, which I'm really pleased with. I think that's enough momentum to be able to go ahead and elect our board of representatives to begin discussing issues. We have many star power athletes, 9 of which are Olympic champions, individual Olympic champions, and another dozen that have either been in an Olympic final or won a world championships. So we've got a strong mix of young developing swimmers, as well as those names that you would recognize. Well, it'll be really interesting to see how the planning progresses with the COVID situation. I know here in Budapest with ISL Season 2, there's a maximum of 650 persons. And the travel arrangements were all business class so that they had room on the planes. Everybody here has their own room, private coaches for the team. All the teams are separated by training groups and by meals so that if there is a problem medically, it doesn't spread. It's been extraordinary how successful that's been. So if you translate that to the Olympics, and you're talking about 50,000 participants with administrators and coaches and trainers and athletes, it seems as though without a vaccine that it would be extremely difficult to be able to put the Olympics on safely. I certainly hope they do. I know all the athletes do, but it'll be interesting to see how much communication comes from the IOC and from FINA to the swimmers about their planning process. So Martinelli, I believe, breaststroker Carrero and Castiglione also have done very well here. Well, as I mentioned, Sebastian really has demonstrated his sprint abilities more than anybody that I've seen here up and coming, certainly. So I would expect his training to continue, his confidence to grow, and he'll be a real force when the Olympics come around next summer.